want to grow as a grower? Are you tired of being put to sleep by your educational growcasts? Are you tired of hearing about products you don't fucking want and can't afford? Are you tired of being told how you should grow? Hi, I'm Johnny Apple, and joining me is everyone's favorite amphibian, the Reverend Pirate Frog. Join us as we sift through the bullshit on the internet and try to get better as growers. This is your average grow.
Hey, dude.
Hey, man, what's up?
Since last time you decided to attack me with a surprise monster, I decided to introduce my dear friend Captain into the mix for some moral support. Captain, thanks for joining us.
You brought your dog?
What's up?
Oh, Captain Autoflower, what's up, man?
Hey, it's me, yeah. What's up? Happy to be here. Thanks for
joining us.
You say that now, wait till we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm getting into. I've listened to your shows, man.
It took you 3 or 4 weeks to respond. We sent out the email, and you're like, I had to clear it with my lawyers. And
Oh, that was when I was like avoiding my Discord messages because I was waiting on mail to come in order to process the Patreon gifts, which
that's right.
I'm happy to say they will be mailed out Monday. So yeah, you guys were on the list. So
Righteous.
Heck yeah, can't
thanks,
wait.
Thanks for being supporters of our show, and yeah.
Well, that's the funny. Of course, we love the show, obviously, but that's a funny tie-in, being that you are the father apparent to so many podcasts, and this one specifically.
Oh, I guess I would think of myself more as a godparent, or not in a genetic relation at all. But yeah, I appreciate.
You're just
that,
saying that because you called us the redheaded stepchild.
He just doesn't want to pay child support.
He doesn't want to be legally tamed to any of this shit.
Exactly.
You got the joke. You're right. You're my bastard children. I don't want nothing. I just want plausible deniability when you guys fuck up. And I'm kidding.
When this inevitably implodes in some kind of like news story, you can just be like, I never fucking liked those guys.
When you guys get canceled and deplatformed, I'm gonna just walk away from the explosion like nothing ever happened. No, that's not gonna happen. I'm just playing, guys. You're my beloved children, really. I love listening to you guys, and truly, it's awesome to hear you guys like come into your own sort of thing. You know.
We appreciate it. I make no bones about it. I'm a huge Captain fan.
Well, thanks. Dude.
I think everybody who follows you likes the punk rock style and the writing. That's what I fell in love with. I saw one video on YouTube and I was like, this dude's rad as hell. And then I started an Instagram because you kept talking about it, and then ultimately joined a Discord. So in hindsight, this makes me sound like a stalker.
No, not at all, man. Like, listen, I could name a couple people, I don't know if you want to call them influencers, but just growers out there who post their stuff that I kind of fell in love with their style and their stuff when I started too, and it got me into the whole thing, man. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to be that person for other people, man. It pleases me greatly to hear that it's come full circle, you know, and that's awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, it's just speaks to the amazing community that you've built that I think is one of a kind and pretty freaking rare. I guess it's sad to find out.
Well, I mean, yeah, that much is true, and the community is already there. Really, it's just like trying to find it. I guess the community as a whole, man, it includes so many different types of growers. And I guess one of the things that like I had in mind when we started the podcast, and Monsta and I, back almost 2 years now. It's coming up. Like we wanted to kind of unite the tent growers and have something for them, and like every podcast I was listening to before that was very like I don't know if you want to call it like pro specific or legal state, geared for that sort of audience. But like, I don't know.
It seems like to me like a lot of podcasts are based around like people that have been doing it for a while. They're into breeding. They probably had fucking dispensaries that got shut down by the legal market. It seems like that's the crowd, more like the West Coast crowd, not the home growers. Like there isn't a lot of, hey, let's teach these guys the home growing method. There's a lot of fucking like throwing some hydroponic mix at it talk out there on podcasts anyways. It seemed like YouTube and Instagram seems to be more directed towards the home growers.
For sure.
That's probably where most people found. I mean, that's where I found you and Monster too, was either YouTube or Instagram. And then it was your podcast that's directed towards making it easy for home growers to understand.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I mean, that was our vision, like truly, and I'm glad to hear it resonated with people. True, like really, it's a lot of stuff we were listening to before that too was just like, it was just ad after ad after ad, and like different products coming in too, where it was just like 1 week it was this microbe product, the next week it was another one, and the same host kind of saying like both of them are the best you can get. It's the sponsorships are kind of like this whole other issue. Like you use the phrase punk rock, it's I have that like almost it's an old school mentality now where like I eschew all that sort of stuff. I'm very hesitant to like get involved with corporations or make it seem like I'm any kind of a sellout, man. I don't know. That's just where I come from.
And I think that message resonates, at least with me and a lot of people I know, because it just seems, especially in this community, that there's an overabundance of people. Like the first person to offer them something, they're willing to sell their soul for, and that it doesn't vibe well with the growing scene that I've always known, or the cannabis scene in general. It's like the corporations, nah, fuck that, dude.
Yeah. It's a pre-legalization mentality, and that's that. And coming
how
from
many
like
people are sponsored by like tomato grower companies?
I bet there's a few.
Could you imagine the Yeah, Jesus Christ. You're
what,
probably
like
right.
someone eventually going to be like Miracle Grow,
the first person.
Yeah.
A federal legalization. You got Philip Morris. Grown by Philip Morris.
Man, I mean, it could come. It truly could
inevitable.
Happen. Yeah. I could see it, but yeah, I mean, that's not my jibe, man. That's not how I do things. So.
Yeah, I think with like Johnny was touching on the podcast, I always thought of them as like system podcasts. Like they grow with a certain system, and that's what they preach, whether it's salts or organics or something. So you almost like fine tune what you're listening to. So you only ever just constantly listen to positive feedback about your system. And that's no way to live.
Right? You get in that echo chamber.
Yeah.
Just that positive reinforcement about one thing all the time. Yeah, I hear that.
And then
and that's why we wanted to do different perspectives and stuff.
Exactly. That's I like Johnny said, I think that resonates with so many of the home growers who are just like, man, I just want to grow and learn, man. I don't want this pretentious bullshit.
Well, thank you very much, man. True, like it really means a lot. Like, I mean, we're just two guys, and a lady now who's we're just like all you guys. We're not, home growers, just trying to like make our own medicine, have a great time doing it, and we want to share the knowledge and all the experiences we go through. We kind of want to just, I don't know, lead by example, I guess. So no, it's really cool. Really,
well,
really
that's
cool.
why we wanted to get you on here, man. We wanted to essentially let you tell your story. We're kind of interested in getting people's backstory. We want to hear like what got you started. If you want to even go back to what got you started into cannabis, you can go that far back,
Sure.
or what got you started into growing, man. Just, man, the platform's yours.
Sure. That's cool, man. Well, hold on. So I have a little bit of a treat for you guys and myself right now, if I may.
Always.
I just ground up, freshly picked from the drying bin, right? All my plants are in the bins now. You know how that goes.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Just plucked a couple freshly dried tops of the Tangy Tibuguana. I have placed her into my grinder, and I am grinding her up as we speak. I'm opening the grinder.
As long as we're doing surprise, I too have a surprise. I have in my hand a couple of cones, not rolled by me, but rolled by Big Green Guy. They are his blueberry.
Oh, is it the blueberry grape or just the blueberry? Word.
Just the blueberry.
Word. Well,
he said take caution, so I'm going to take this slowly so that I might be able to speak my way through the end of this.
Hell yeah! If it's a true blueberry, it should be a nice like hybrid at least. You know, a little sedative, little head buzz.
What about you, Roger? What's in the bag?
No. I was halfway there with Captain as he was describing what he was doing.
you want me to continue my live?
Yeah,
I'm gonna like walk you through my.
I just wanted to ask one question and then until you're ready. But how's she smell?
Oh, well, hold on. I'm getting there, man. So I'm opening up my grinder. She's very purple, I will say. More purple than I would have anticipated. Purple like on the inside. I think we talked about that on an episode not that long ago. But smells, dude, out of this world. Like fruity, tropical. I mean, definitely mango, guava, maybe a little passion fruit. It's more like on the tropical fruit punch spectrum of tropical fruit. Not like Mango Smile was just like discernibly mango, you know? Mm-hmm. This is kind of like, I don't know, it just has a tropical note. But like the other Alebrijes I have tried, there's this like chem funk kind of note to it too, which is different than the Mango Smile, which is more of like a skunkiness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Mango Smile would be more mango and skunk, and this Tangy Tibuguana is more like a tropical fruit punch and old school chem. Really, it's fantastic smelling.
God damn. I got transported away momentarily.
Well, thanks. Hold on, I'm gonna give her a little puff ski here. Hold on. The first of many. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's like the taste is actually like more chem than tropical fruit, which is cool.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
I like that.
That's so
also,
good.
your fucking bong rip is way more incredible in headphones live than it is on the podcast. I just got.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think
it was like I was right there. It was like ASTM.
I will say, listening to an in-person smoke report from Captain is great. But I know one person right now is stoked, and that's fucking Alebrije.
Oh, I hope so, man. I mean, he should be. He did a really nice job on these, and yeah, dude. I got two of them in the dry bins, and this one was the not the flaccid leaf pheno, okay. But the other one. They both have very similar kind of things going on, and yeah, I'm gonna take another puff, dude. It's good.
That's awesome. Johnny, did you have your smoke report from the Big Green Guy? I know it's a tough act to
I'm
follow.
one in.
You're one
I'm
in.
one in, and I definitely don't have the vocabulary to describe nearly the way the Tangy Tibaguana was just described, but I will do my best. Blueberry.
I like the simplicity
Can't beat
rules,
that.
man. A
I know.
blueberry that tastes like blueberry.
It is often harder to write simplistic than to describe in detail.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
However,
Yeah,
I think just repeating the name is not really detail.
yeah, like you can't use the word to define the word itself.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
you
think
want to hear
that's-
something funny?
a
In
hard
all
fail.
honesty, I would say it tastes like blueberry ivory soap.
Okay, like a Irish Spring kind
Yeah,
of
like-
vibe, or
Yeah, almost like you put a bar of blueberry soap with that maybe probably, yeah, maybe some Irish Spring bubbles. Yeah.
nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
Did you get soap in your mouth if you swore?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really? Yeah, that-
Yeah, it did not work, obviously.
I was obviously.
I did too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
My I guess my father was such a sinner, he just didn't give a shit.
Well, it's about explains how you ended out.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
you
all
winded
of all my failures are directly blamed on him. I remind him daily. No, it's I will say I love my father, but I have a 21-year-old sister, so she's significantly younger than me. And I like to remind my father often that he could have been retired and gone, because his dream is to disappear on a sailboat and sail across the world, right? And I keep reminding him, man, you would have been done about 10 years ago. You could, But,
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, hey, if he would have, gotten an early vasectomy or
Exactly.
little
Yeah.
little preventative measures, but hey,
There's.
I
Hey,
bet she
man.
doesn't regret it though.
No, and I love my sister as dumb as she truly is. But I'm jealous. I'm smoking just the last of my Forum Stomper by Fugue Stay, and it is good, and it's very lemony biscuity, but my flowery report is a little bit late because I'm so used to it, and at this point ready for something new, that it's just like, yeah, more lime biscuits.
Well, that's actually a really good way to describe Forum Stomper.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
it was definitely Forum Stomper heavy.
excuse me. I'm like when you freshly, pull stuff fresh out of the
Oh yeah.
the bin, it's not quite it's still got a lot of, makes me cough to put it simply.
Yeah, exactly.
But
It's a touch hard still.
yeah, a little bit. But very good. You guys got I've been loving watching all you guys' tangies coming along too, so it's awesome what you did with the grow along.
Thanks.
Dude, I love it because
appreciate that.
I'm like I'm relatively new to strains and following one plant from the other, so I'm learning a lot following everybody's tangy, seeing how the genetics are really similar.
Dude, it's
they're
like
expressing themselves.
amazing actually. Like it's truly amazing across I don't know how many different grows I've seen and every different style. It's like I scroll through a picture and I'm like, yep, that's definitely a tangy, and sure enough,
Yeah.
I read in the caption like, yep, Tangy Tibaguana day 63.
Yeah, it's super fun, and it couldn't have happened to a better guy because he's really just the coolest cat in the cult.
Yeah, man.
But another thing that Grow Along also directly influenced by you, because I discovered Alabrije through you.
Word. Well, hey, man, dude, I'm happy to give credit where credit's due, and he was well deserving, man. I'm I wish I could do more. Truly, like I felt so bad that my Instagram got deleted and all that stuff, like right when the grow along started, and I was just kind of like, I don't know, I was pretty down about it for a while, man. But I don't know, I'm over it. It happened.
Yeah. It was, the whole situation was shit, not to rehash it, but I will say it's always frustrating when you didn't do anything wrong and you feel like you're being punished. there's no greater like, damn.
Yeah, and there's like no recourse, man.
Yeah.
With this social media shit, it's like you can't get an audience with the king anymore. It's just
Exactly.
there's no way to. Well, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, he deserved every bit of it, man. And
He's a great
yeah,
guy,
truly,
and he helps dogs. Who doesn't love helping?
yeah, exactly. That's like what I said. I was like, wait, really? Like all this, and you help dogs?
Yeah,
And there's a charity?
yeah. For once, I can do
what's not
something
to like?
morally right. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm excited for the smoke report. I can't wait. I'm also sure that Mac's super excited because he's going to have about 13 pounds of this stuff.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I'm sure a lot of people will, because, I mean, these plants are huge.
Yeah.
And no, it's good stuff. I mean, very cerebral, very like
Good.
I'm like up in my head now. It's
Good.
a daytime kind of smoke for sure. I would say it's what you expect from those narrow leaf.
Hopefully, you can bring some much needed intelligence to the program.
Oh,
Even
I doubt that. I doubt that.
It's all good.
Yeah, but it's great, man. I'm digging it for sure.
I'm glad.
Smells good, tastes good, but you wanted to talk. I mean, if you want me to like get into a little bit of my, backstory, somewhat
Origin story of
origin
the superhero.
story. Yeah, right. So like, I mean, the first time I ever smoked in my whole life, I was probably 12 years old. It was on a family vacation in Jamaica, believe it or not. I was sitting on the beach in Jamaica at night with a bunch
It's a
of,
nice first time.
yeah, right, a bunch of like slightly older kids than myself were hanging out, and like made friends throughout that week. They were from all over the country. I was never gonna see them again, and one guy kind of raised the point, like, I had been raised to like say no to drugs, right? Like,
Of course.
Dare
Dare generation. Yeah.
Exactly. I was fresh graduate of the Dare program. I knew my way around this tricky situation, and I said no, and I was like, yeah, no thanks, I'm good. And guy was like, well, dude, like, you're never gonna have this chance, like, again. You realize that, like, every one of us wishes our first time was sitting on the beach in Jamaica,
Oh yeah, couldn't beat that. It's fairy tale.
Yeah, right. And I thought about it for all of 10 seconds and realized his rationale was hard to beat. So I dove in, man, head first, and we smoked a bunch of joints that night. And like, some people say like they don't get high their first time. Like, I got blasted, and we walked around the like little hotel kind of pool and outside area that night, and got like ham sandwiches at 3 a.m. from the buffet.
Nice.
It was
That's
very,
awesome.
very cool. Yeah.
I want to do that now.
For real, right?
Hey, this is the average grow, not the fucking
Perfect.
Marriott grow.
Hey, it was, like I said, it was once in like a lifetime opportunity.
Seriously.
I mean, I
Sounds like the dream first time.
I will
dude,
say
and-
this is the one time that peer pressure was 100% correct. You should have done it.
Yes.
right? And that's kind of where, like, again, I learned about peer pressure from Dare. I knew,
Oh, yeah.
I knew they would try to, but I didn't know that they would hit me with like flawless logic. That
Exactly,
I
yeah.
just couldn't really beat. Like, it wasn't the situation like some kid pops out from behind a dumpster like, hey, smoke this or I'm gonna beat you up.
Yeah. Do these drugs or I'll violently attack you. Like, what?
Never understood that.
I want to thank Dare for actually showing me what all the drugs look like. It made life a lot easier as I got older.
For sure. I knew what to expect from each of them, and
Exactly.
You know,
it was the best pro-drug system I could find out.
yeah, I mean, it was like my reference guide, like going
Yeah.
forward into my teenage years. Like, that doesn't look like Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Psilocybin mushrooms? I don't know. That doesn't look like
Not what I've seen.
Exactly. This cartoon here says
tried introducing Dare way too young. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was fucking maybe 9 years old. I didn't give a shit. I didn't look at none of it.
That's all I remember is them doing it in elementary school. I don't remember it after that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if
Yeah,
maybe
it
it would have
was-
been a little more successful at stopping people from doing shit they shouldn't have been doing if they'd done it like at a reasonable age when you understood fucking right and wrong, not when you're 10 and they're like, what? Mommy doesn't have that shit in the fucking cabinet.
Yeah, I remember my dad being actively angry about Dare because he was pissed about cops being in, like, with kids being okay with cops in the classroom and just like all that bullshit.
yeah,
Wouldn't it be ironic if he still held those beliefs? Just like
Right.
like this, but I just remember like he was just like, why are we doing this? This is stupid. But that was my big thing. My dad just being like, that's not how drugs work, dude.
It did give a rather, I don't know, skewed perspective, to say the least. But what can you do, man? Taxpayer dollars got to be put to use somehow, you know?
Yeah,
Would you rather them make a failed anti-drug program in school, or like go kill a bunch of people in a third world country?
I was gonna say it's true. I mean, they're gonna spend on the military either outside or the military inside.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's pick your poison. And I mean, for what it's worth, I learned a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that was my, like you said, it was like a fairy tale introduction to cannabis. And like I got so high that night that like I didn't touch the stuff till I was probably, it was like another 4 years, maybe 3-4 years till I really went back at it. And I was in like, I don't know, 9th, 10th grade, around that time. And so at that time, like, I don't know if I've ever even said on air anywhere. I mean, maybe you know, maybe you don't. I have Tourette's syndrome. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
And that's like kind of why I started smoking. I found that like I was prescribed to some really weird medicine, I remember, and it like didn't make me feel good at all. And I just stopped taking it, you know, and like I would fake it almost and like hide the pills, that kind of thing. And so I remember the symptoms came back, and I had all these like weird tics and stuff, and kids at school making fun of me. And that was before the movie Deuce Bigelow came out, so like no one knew what the fuck it was, you know.
Yeah.
And then I started smoking a little bit, and I noticed like, holy shit, you know, that for whatever reason this makes my tics go away way more than the medicine even did, you know, and doesn't make me feel like weird. It just makes me really hungry and like laugh a lot. So like I don't see any downside here. I'm just you know, and this was before it was like I even heard the term like medical marijuana. There was nothing like that around the time. And we were talking like 1998, you know, 97, 98, something like that. I'm an old guy now. Shit.
No, I mean that was medical marijuana was still a scary word that people were saying that was being used as like they're trying to convince you it's medicine when it can never be medicine. Like there was still a debate whether you could even use the word medical cannabis.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was medicine pretty much right away, because I noticed a direct correlation between my Tourette's syndrome symptoms and my cannabis use, and like it just was night and day. And really what led me into like a daily kind of habit sort of thing. And I mean, shoot, now I'm just fucking high all day, every day, man. I wake up and time to smoke some weed. I eat some lunch, like, let's smoke some more weed, you know.
I mean, you know what the great thing is it's both a medicine and you're right as a human being to do that.
Amen. Amen. It's just I at this point, it is a medicine for Tourette syndrome, but it's also a medicine for modern fucking life. Let's be real.
Absolutely. It has to be just. I mean, if you do any modicum or like any amount of watching the news or anything, you have to. You like if you, the people that are most miserable are the ones that watch the news every day, because that's what the media tells you to do. Right? It's nothing but bad news.
Well, even the people that try and say, like, it's been bred into something different now. It's not what it originally was. It's like, yeah, well, fucking life isn't what it originally was.
Yeah,
it had
exactly.
to be bred to fucking keep up with the bullshit that's going on nowadays.
It should
Yeah.
be even stronger with the amount of bullshit we put
right.
up with.
You're talking about
I've said
like
it before.
the
I'll say it again. Fuck off, you.
it's like the THC inflation rate.
Oh yeah.
Is that what
Right.
Exactly, yeah.
It's got to keep up with the like the stress
tied.
of modern life.
Yeah.
Jesus
Tied
Christ.
to every
We're in a
dumb
depression right
bullshit.
now.
That's funny, actually. If you look at these two charts, the
If anything, it shows that the cannabis should be much stronger. They should be in a coma almost
Absolutely.
We're doing it way
instantaneously.
smarter than that fucking banana company.
right. Oh man, dude, the bananas. It's a whole.
Yeah.
All these fruits. Like I've been going on a fruit sort of knowledge kind of. It's crazy. There's all these cool YouTube channels about it, man. Dude, you'd be shocked.
That's such an interesting subject, like the monocultures and or stuff like that. Like, especially with fruit, like the major fruit, just to be able to supply the amount that gets bought it's insane.
It is. It's like,
It's just not meant to
agronomics,
survive.
man.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about today with like watching the Dutch and like
Yeah.
their weird obsession with the color orange, but like carrots weren't originally orange. It was only through selective breeding from this race of people who have a strange
That's-
obsession with the color orange that they
fundamentally
pick-
change it.
yeah, they turned them all orange, and you can thank the Dutch for your carrots being orange.
Yeah. Multiple reasons.
Yeah, dude. I just love history. I guess I would call myself like a perpetually curious sort of guy, and leads me on a lot of intellectual adventures that like sometimes I'd find I'd like rather not have gone on. But
Yeah.
it's it is what it is. You don't know till you get there, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think one of the underappreciated things about the cultivation conversation, you specifically, is when you first start discovering a topic, and if you get interested in it, you very much are an autodidact, where you're like, I'm gonna learn this regardless. It's fun for me to learn, so you always come back with more research, and it's always fun to see the evolution.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah. I'm glad it's obvious that I'm like borderline obsessive with like stuff that I get into, dude.
I'm very similar. My life partner is very much over me mentioning permaculture ponds, and I'm like, no, we should just build more. And she's like, I don't care.
Nice.
I'm very similar with those topics, but
So Cap, tell us about your first grow. If you're that type of personality, how well was your first grow?
how much research did you do?
I did a shit ton of research, man. Like, not gonna lie, I stayed up nights. Like, my wife was like, "Are you coming to bed yet? Like, you're watching your 30th seed to stone video of the evening. Like, can you just stop it?" And I would just watch YouTube.
Side note, that dude's videos are fucking ace.
Oh, right? Like, I know. I always
That's
wondred,
like
what happened
quality
to him, too.
editing. Like, even I didn't grow that way, but it was still like just entertaining to watch his shit. It's just
Yeah.
quality.
Just
He's got his
does-
Discord out there somewhere. It's I don't know what's popping with it, but
Dude,
every
it's
now
the,
and then I see
like-
a blip.
I gotta be real. Like, as much as I love, I like I do the punk rock kind of style myself, which I might try a little bit of the editing thing, but I loved watching those like videography cannabis videos. It was like those dudes that just like spend a lot of time getting really nice looking shots and like in high def and sync it up with a nice beat. I don't know. It's relaxing, you know?
Or even like the talkover stuff where they got a nice flow in the video, like, but they're got a nice mic talkover, so it's listenable and shit. It's like, yeah, man, it's
sure.
admirable. Even to see where they started to where they're at now, like Mr. Canucks Grow, his earlier stuff to what he was doing now or more recently, it's like, yeah, man, he's even come a long way. That shit is like crazy.
I know. I might try my hand at a little bit of that, but I'll still I'll do it all with an iPhone. Like that's all I got, you know. It's
I think
you
with
can do a lot with an iPhone.
Oh yeah, I think with regards to that editing stuff, it's great, and it makes it all the better if you can tell the person doing it is having fun doing it. Like, it's so much more fun when there's like a positive energy behind it, other than like you watch a video that's well edited, but you can tell, man, this sucks. This is my 70th video I've done.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I hear you. I mean, if I don't like it, I won't release it. I can't even tell you how many I got, like, on my YouTube channel. A couple, I don't know how many videos I've published, but can't even tell you how many I don't have published that are just posted, but I made just private because I think they suck. And I'm like, yeah, it's just not, I don't want to release it if it's not good, you know?
Oh, I understand, but I have said this to you before multiple times, and I'll say it again. You are far too harsh on yourself, my friend.
Well, I've always got it. You have to be, dude.
Oh,
got to be
I'd
your
much
own biggest
prefer it
critic,
than the
right?
opposite, yeah. There's nothing worse than a guy who won't take criticism and is bad.
But I mean, no, I think it's, I don't know, it's just maybe not quality wise. The sound wasn't so great. Who knows? I'll send them to you if you want to see them. But no, I'm definitely gonna try like a little bit of the professional quality looking stuff next. That's coming in the next grow with those Autopot Magnums.
You know, I was going to ask
That's
about
gonna be
those.
fun to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna fill that tent up so good.
I was so excited when you told the Discord that you got them, and I'm especially excited about the new series with them because I still think hands down your YouTube channel is probably the best for information for small pot organics.
Thanks, man. You know, I try to have a niche, you know. Yeah. It's like that's one of the, again, like talk about the larger community, you know, all these different growers out there that I used to envy and follow, and I still do. You know, a lot of these guys I look up to still, and everyone's got a different style, and the hardest thing for a lot of people is like parsing the different knowledge you need for the different types of styles. Like, you know, where like this tidbit of information applies solely for the organic gardeners, and like does like people who do salts don't fucking care at all, but like you have to at least, I don't know, it helps to be able to delineate between the two, if you know what I mean. And that's at least what I've always tried to do, is make it very clear. Like, you know, we're talking about small pot organics right now, and if that's your thing, like, listen up, and if that's not, you might want to change the channel, sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know.
I can't agree more. That's why I applaud everybody who experiments, you know, and tries different styles, because just getting a baseline knowledge makes you more valuable than almost anyone.
Amen. Well, part of my plan is, you know, I'm going to have the XLs, XXLs.
Triple X, baby.
The Magnums doing the the organics in the big tent. And then I'll have a 3x3, and I'm going to set up, I don't know how many pots, maybe just 2, but I'm going to run salts in that one and try my hand at some Athena.
With all this Magnum talk, can we take a moment of silence for Monster's micro penis?
Oh, man. That's rough.
Shots fired.
I didn't know you were going to out him like that.
Hey, man.
Okay.
This is a safe space. He told us that in confidence.
It's the biggest damn micro penis you've ever seen.
That was a low blow. Man can't defend himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
tell
yeah,
him. I'm gonna tell
I'm
him.
yeah, exactly.
He'll find out. He'll find out. He knows where you sleep, Johnny.
Wink.
But yeah, what was I talking about a little bit?
You're
first.
going salts.
Yeah. Well, so I'm gonna try my hand at some salts for the first time. That should be interesting. Like learning a new style. Like you said, it's always good to expand on your horizons and learn new shit. I've done organics since I started. But like to your question, Johnny, my first grow, which wasn't all that long ago, mind you, was August of 2020. Was planted my first seed in a 2x2, and then planted 4 more seeds to follow it up. And 4 weeks later, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, what am I gonna do?" Yeah, no, you know that story. But aside from underestimating how big these plants actually got, I think I did like a pretty good job. Like my first plants were really healthy and big and beautiful, but they just like weren't the dankest, I guess I should say. You know, they were those like European autoflower genetics, kind of like the first round of them after lowriders. There's a lot of this like, you know, Dutch Passion and like Barney's Farm and this type of stuff.
Yep. And they marketed heavily.
Oh yeah, and they're good, dude. Like they're pretty good. But like they're not, you know, let's be real, like they're not. I don't want to say they're not. You can find outliers, you can find great strains in any, you know, great plants in any strain, but like on average you're going to find much danker weed in your Mephisto and your Night Owl and your Rockbud and your Alabrije and Outcast and these guys, man, like, you know, Big Green Guy. So I don't know. I that's where I come from. The American autoflower genetics are way better.
Oh yeah. It also helps that you can reach out to if you reach out to them, most of them, and be like, "Hey man, got a question."
Exactly. Amen. I should clarify. Mephisto is not an American company.
No,
they are European, but like they kind of changed. They were like when they hit the scene, man, everything was different. You know what I mean? Like they were the first to kind of bring the dankness of autos to another level. So. They'll always be known for that.
Yeah, they definitely have a place in history for like forever.
Absolutely. And so like I kind of in doing my massive amount of research and stuff like I do, I knew right away, like when I started the seeds, I knew that I wasn't working with the best genetics like right away. I was very like keen on identifying what other people thought were like the superior genetics, like immediately, because why would I waste my time growing something that's just not gonna like ever quite be as good as it could be, you know?
Exactly.
Genetics are very important for.
I feel like that word lacks getting out there.
What?
Genetics?
Like to people, yeah, like that genetics is so important. Like we need to fucking debunk these people.
I think a lot of it is because the people who spend the most on marketing don't want that to get out there.
Yeah, well played. Fucking
True.
money.
True. Maybe like the ILGMs of the world. If you if you dare, you know, if you want to say that. But
flush it down the fucking toilet.
There was such a funny video from Monster.
that was amazing.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, you can find good plants, and no matter where you look. Really, I believe that your odds go up dramatically though when you work from like the best gene pool, right?
Yeah.
Truth. It's just the truth. No matter if you're talking like show dogs or thoroughbred horses or cannabis plants, right? It's just genetics fucking matter. And like So I knew like immediately. I was like, well, I only got these kind of like second tier genetics in my stable, and that's kind of what led me to plant so many right away. Was that 2 weeks after I had planted a couple, they were Dutch Passions, right? I got my hands on some Mephistos. I just hit a drop, you know. It was
One
there.
of the
I
lucky
bought 'em.
ones.
Yeah, right. And I knew like those were the ones I really, really, really was interested in. Immediate, I just couldn't find them right away. It was back before like the Mephisto Mondays, and back in my day, we had to
Walk uphill both ways to get to the Mephisto store.
The Mephistos are 45 miles away uphill both ways. No, it was hard to get, man, and I was lucky. I got them. I planted them, and I saw right away, like frost level, like terp wise, it was just no contest, and that was my kind of. I went from there. I just all Mephisto, Night Owl, and not to say that like I didn't enjoy the Dutch Passions that I had. It was like I think it was a Colorado Cookies that I did. Yeah. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just not the best. Not the best. But if that was someone's first experience with an auto, I'd be very, very happy. You know, I think I pulled like 6 ounces, and
Nice.
it was a good plant. Yeah, like so. I don't know. That's why I always felt autos were the easiest to start with, man. I guess because I started off on the right foot with them, but
I agree with you. And I think that every issue can be solved with just the simple amount of research.
it's, I mean, true, but not everyone does that to start.
Yeah.
You know, you have to, everyone kind of, you have to meet people where they are. I can't expect everyone to stay up till 4 a.m. watching Captain Autoflower YouTube videos.
We're the normal ones, not them. I'm just kidding.
Right? But I don't know. The research paid off, and like I still use the same method pretty much that I started with. I just like add to it. I added bits and pieces, tips and tricks from other people, and it kind of built off that solid foundation. And if you don't have that, you can't really incorporate the other stuff, I guess, you know?
So what made you want to grow a photo period then?
Well, it's kind of just expanding your knowledge, first of all, about the plant, but also like understanding genetics too. Like if you truly, truly, truly want to grow the dankest weed, like you're not going to want one of the great grandparents of the strain you're working with to have been like Siberian ditchweed, do you?
Right.
Like where like every great grandparent could be like a prize winning, you know, blue ribbon awarded caliber strain that's just a heavy hitter. You see what I'm saying, right? Like it's,
You wanted to see, like, could you tell the dankest difference? Like, are you going to notice how much different the autoflower is going to be because it's going to have that ditchweed in it comparatively?
depends.
So you wanted to grow the photo period.
I wanted to see what like a pure thoroughbred, you know, photo period. These are the best of the best of the best of the best genetics combined without, you know, no compromises, just revolving around like, you know, their photo period sensitivity sort of thing. Like we're just breeding for dankness overall in that world, right? And I mean, dude, if you like autos, you'll like photo periods probably more. It's just there's not to say autos are not great. They are. I enjoy them still. I smoke probably more autos than I do photos in my stash, you know? But like the photo periods are like the true like connoisseur head stash stuff for me. I don't know.
So,
That's how I look
what
at
was
it.
your first photo period run then? Since you started with semi-dank autoflower genetics, what was your first photo period? Did you go right off with something danker?
Well,
Is semi dank the middle stop on the
Semi-dank.
dankness scale? Does it go no
I don't
dice?
know how to fucking keep going with
Semi-dank?
dank as a fucking
Danky dank?
description.
Sir
it's like
Dankity?
yeah, mid dank or middle dank.
Yeah. Partially danker than the
Partially
stuff
dank.
before.
Yank my dank.
Halfway dank, we
Halfway
could say.
dank.
I don't know.
Semi dank. It sounds like a weird obsessive semicolon. It's like semi dank.
Hey, did I mention Big Green Guy's blueberry?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. You
Okay,
said it was
all right,
great,
yeah.
right? Right.
Well, yeah, that's where my fucking dankness is right now.
Oh yeah. Well, so my first photo periods were joints.
Nice.
You know, after we had him on as a guest on the podcast, and yeah, after hearing him talk about breeding and stuff, I was, I don't know, the mystery of the photo period. I kind of wanted to unlock the door. You know what I mean?
So, what led you to joint?
I mean, Monster, dude. Like we had him on the podcast. I didn't know Joint from anyone else on Instagram before we got introduced. Monster knew him somehow before, and we had him on as one of our first guests, and we kind of hit it off. And yeah, I was just like in his DMs then, like asking him all this about his breeding, his genetics, and what I was after, and my different strains I like and stuff like that. And dude, I started growing his neurotoxin. That was the first photo period I ever grew was his neurotoxin, and I fucked him up. You remember that?
Is that the blue light?
Yeah. I had the
Yep.
blue light leak because
On the
I'm an auto
humidifier,
guy,
right? Yeah.
right? And say it again.
It was on the humidifier, right?
It was on like my tower fan, like the Honeywell
okay.
tower fan. Yeah, but
Before I forget, though, big ups to Joint. He included quite a few prizes in the grow along too, and he's just a great dude.
dude, he is, man. He is, and his stuff is. I mean, like that's basically the equivalent of like I started my first photo periods were like the Mephistos, you know. His stuff is fucking legit, and the neurotoxin.
Mac got me a pack of his blueberry.
Oh, did he? No shit. All
Yeah,
right.
it's my intention. I want to make a blueberry skunk. It's been my intention, and I was in hopes to find his blueberry, and Mac had a pack, and he sent them to me.
Word. Yeah, they're rare, man. They're rare.
Yeah.
So grow them if you got them. I know he's
Yep.
doing the F or the back cross coming out.
I think it was like a BX3 even.
January. Yeah, he's been working it for years, man, years, and he's got some of the craziest stories about like other breeders that tried to like, you know, I don't know, the breeder drama, man. You
Yeah.
know how it is, but he's a good guy, and I don't know. That counts for a lot to me, and I wanted to grow his shit, and it went really well. Dude, the neurotoxin was one of the most like heavy hitting nighttime strains I've ever had, and I'll be growing it again because it's like the best nighttime medicine, dude. It puts you fucking out.
You gonna take a cut from Monsters?
Hey, I might if he finds one that looks like I think it was my like Pheno number 8. I think it was like they call it was Joint calls it like the all gas no brakes Pheno,
Jesus.
something like that. But so yeah, man, I got my eye on him. Trust me. But and then I did the blueberry and what else did I do that round? The blueberry, the Supreme Leader, and then the Kush and OJ. And I mean that was amazing too. Like every single one of those was phenomenal. So then I was like, you know, kind of want to spread my wings a little bit, and like as great as Joint stuff is, I would literally just grow his stuff. I could just grow his stuff forever, but like you keep seeing all these different breeders out there. You want to maybe sample the varieties from around the community, and man, that didn't end up so well, did it?
I was gonna say, how'd that work out for you, dude?
Not that great, like I thought I had pegged a breeder that like had some really good looking stuff, and a lot of people said they were happy with it, and for whatever reason, man, I didn't have a good experience. I don't know. Whether it's my fault, his fault, who the fuck knows? Just
regardless, the whole situation was piss poor.
It was, but like, again, it doesn't, shit happens, and
yeah,
it's all part of the learning experience. And photo periods are a different animal, man. Like and if I could, I'll be real. I'll swallow my pride here, and like, if I can recall the conversation I had with the breeder who shall not be named, he told me good advice. He was like, some photo period genetics just simply don't like being blasted with like full 100% PPFD in the first couple weeks of flower. You want to like gradually ramp it up throughout flower, and that's like, I mean, if you look at a DLI chart, have you ever looked at a DLI chart?
Oh, I know Johnny does.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's exactly what you see just based on the chart. But that's also a result of, having, you're cutting back the light schedule too. Like,
yeah.
But when you flip the lights, you probably want to dim the lights a little too. Simple as that. Could avoid some issues with certain strains. I learned the hard way.
Send them into flower easier, maybe, I guess, can make sense. But, I mean, you're cutting their light. If you were at that same par for 18 hours and then you throw them that same par for only 12, you're cutting the DLI.
You are. You are, but I think you want to cut the DLI from both sides of that. You want to come at it from both ends,
From easing the par, and
you want to
the
ease the
DLI.
par and the amount of hours that your plant gets of light too. Mm-hmm. And
my ILGM plants didn't do that.
What do you mean?
I mean, my ILGM plants didn't throw ball sacks, and I flipped them right the same fucking time. I didn't have to ease them into it, and they didn't throw balls.
I don't doubt that at all. Like I'm just saying, there's probably some genetics out there that are maybe like sensitive and half crazy, and maybe have a little like borderline personality disorder and a little bipolar. They don't know quite who they are, and you just want to treat them with kid gloves. That's all I'm saying.
It does make sense. I mean, in all fairness, I guess it makes sense. I mean, okay. They're going through a hormonal change, I guess.
Yeah, right? So
when you throw a chick into puberty, you kind of ease her into it. Or, same thing. You throw a dude into puberty, you kind of ease him into it. Like, hey, man, you're going to go through some changes now. Oh, yeah, by the way, you can make babies now.
Yeah, I guess you could look at it like that. I mean, like initiating flower is like starting your plants on hormone therapy.
Right on.
In a
You're
sense.
transitioning now.
Right, but you're at least you're like reaffirming your femininity. But that could go like very wrong if you aren't careful about it, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. Shouldn't make jokes like that. That might have been what got me banned in the first place.
Well, the good news is they can't really do anything with us where nobody gives a shit.
Well, that's not true, first of all, but amen to that. I mean, that's freedom of speech, right?
Exactly.
I don't think podcasts like get transcribed and any of that stuff, so, you got to be listening.
Yeah, exactly. And who cares?
Oh, good. We can't piss off the deaf.
Well, ooh,
Not
yeah,
yet. I took American Sign Language in college.
How
Oh,
was
yeah?
it, Cap?
the Tangy?
Yeah, you went ooh, and then
Yeah,
Padre
man.
stepped
I
in.
was
We
just
gotta
saying,
know.
like the Tangy is great. It's like
You went ooh.
I love it, dude. It's like it's fruity. It's delicious. It's like I'm excited to have it in my stash, man. Everything I got right now is kind of like not so much like a daytime smoke. So I'm very happy to have one of those back.
Nice.
Gives us all something to look forward to.
But yeah,
So, Padre, you said you did sign language in college.
I did. I took sign language in I think my freshman and sophomore year of college.
nice.
I don't remember much of it.
Like American or
American Sign Language, yes.
dude, I just learned that there's different like
Oh yeah.
languages of sign language.
So
No way.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's language is not universal.
I always thought they just
Yeah,
made
but
it
I mean,
universal. 'cause
sign
it's
language-
That would
yeah.
now that would make sense, but unfortunately, the different countries that like I can't remember the exact reasons. I was a freshman and sophomore in college a long time ago, but I know that there was some kind. I thought it was a debate about like countries taking pride in their own language, kind of thing. Like, no, we want ours. That could be
Gotcha.
completely mistrue,
I don't know,
false
dude.
memory. But
It makes sense, but like,
Yeah.
maybe that it's something to do with like there's certain words, in like Japanese that like
Yeah.
there's no equivalency for in English. It's like you'd have to like have an 8-word phrase in English to get
Yeah,
this
exactly.
one word in Japanese.
I
yeah,
guess
trying
that
to
makes
get
sense.
trying
I
to
see
get
it. I just thought
German
of it
words
as-
into English.
Yeah, like there's like a one German word, like it literally means like in the act of bending over to pick something up and then you fall and shit
Yeah.
at the same time.
Exactly,
And
and you're like-
it's like schitten, schlafen, schubel, scheimer, it's just oh my
Exactly.
god.
Yeah, it's efficient, I guess.
Yeah, you're like this month's, but yeah, really those huge words convey like very complex ideas sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I thought of it more like Neanderthal, like sign language was literally broken down to the simplest form. Like you fucking point and something is what it is. Like
Johnny, just
I
because
didn't think
they're
there was
deaf
complexity
doesn't
to
just
it.
because they're deaf doesn't mean they don't need to convey complex things. Like what?
I mean,
am
I thought there was
so
a complex
offended.
understanding of it, but not. I just Jesus Christ.
Being deaf just means your ears
How
don't
selfish
work,
am I
right?
that I've never even fucking considered the thought that I guess there's complexity to sign language. Yes,
yeah,
there's
it's-
languages in sign
dude.
language. I just thought sign language was the fucking language.
Where you have to like
Jesus Christ.
there's
a
only like so
terrible
many
human
like grug thoughts you could do with like Johnny's sign language. It's
Oh,
literally
I
just
know.
like that thing and like I want to eat and like
Jesus
I
Christ.
have to poop and like
Yeah. Exactly. He's got 4 and it's like fuck you, I do and eat.
Hey, I'm peaceful in my simple life. Okay, I really am.
oh, it's too
I believe
much.
you.
Yeah, man. No, that's the thing, man. You're learning every day, right?
Yeah.
About like not just growing, but fucking life, man. There's so much to learn.
Oh hell yeah.
I
I'm in
ha-
good company.
Exactly. One of the benefits of the community that Cultivation Conversation has built is there is so much knowledge there that if you ask a question, somebody's going to have an answer.
Right? Absolutely, dude. And they're gonna like talk your fucking ear off about it too, probably. And then
Yeah, just
I'm
don't
sorry,
ask for a
jeez.
recipe about mac and cheese.
we get a lot of no, dude. It's so cool. I love all the guys over there. And you're right. The amount of knowledge combined, like with our powers combined, we could literally, I mean, any style you want, anything you need to know. It's so cool.
Yeah.
and everyone's willing to share too. That's the thing that like is totally different, I guess, about growing now. That like it was never like that before. Growing was always like, we're gonna blindfold you and throw you in the back of a pickup truck and drive.
We won't tell you
30
what's
minutes.
in this or what we use.
Yeah, very secretive about their processes, and no
do you
one would
find
ever
like
tell
even
you.
being in Prohibition land now? Do you find it more relaxed than it was in your youth?
Oh yeah, Like it's basically. I don't want to say it's basically legal because it's definitely still not, but like I just don't feel like there's
Pressure.
much emphasis on enforcing like that kind of stuff anymore, especially with there's fentanyl to worry about now,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're
They're
not like
ill-equipped.
back in my day, like kids, they were busting kids like walking into the woods after school to smoke a joint, You just don't see that shit anymore.
Yeah, they don't care about a bunch of old men fucking growing weed in their house for themselves.
Yeah,
Where
right?
Kotz and I grew up in Mission Viejo, it was a little creek, not creek, but it was like a trail where there used to be a creek before we lost all our water. And that was, you'd go down there by the Taco Bell and that's where you'd smoke. But when every high schooler that smokes goes to the same spot and the line starts getting long.
Yeah, right. There was a couple around our town, like
Yeah. There was great spots around, but just if you had to be by high school and walk, there was like the train tracks where that's actually where I smoked my first cannabis. I was in junior high school, and we went to the train tracks to hang out with the homeless guys and smoke weed, which looking back on it, yay.
Would you want your kids to do that?
As long as they don't tell me.
Yeah, right. No,
I learned a lot, man. He was a Vietnam vet, guy named John. I learned that I should not have been in that situation at that age, but nothing bad happened, so thank God.
Hey, amen. Yeah, dude. I mean, all through, I've smoked with a couple Vietnam vets and old timers. There's one guy in particular. I used to be a lifeguard at like a apartment complex, right? Like pretty low key. People would just lived in the apartments would come by and go swimming on a hot day in the summer. Me and my buddy were the two lifeguards, and we just ride our bikes to the pool and kind of sit and hang out for 8 hours and like be lifeguards. But of course, we were certified, trained, and all that. But being a lifeguard is pretty fucking chill too, especially if you're, on a busy day, we might have expected a dozen people to come by at some point, and it was.
Dude, I saw that picture you posted on Discord. You looked like a fucking lifeguard. That's so
Right,
funny.
so, yeah, that was me back in 2000.
I was wondering how in the
maybe?
fuck a dude from Pennsylvania was wearing like seashells around his neck. I was like, holy fuck, that was so the thing back then, though. It fucking was.
It was,
And now
man.
it makes sense. You were even more. Oh yeah, that's so funny. It makes sense now.
That was me. I had the bleach blonde tips and
That's
seashell
when you were
fucking
playing
hemp
in
necklace.
that Sugar Ray cover band, right?
That's right. I just want to get high.
I was actually gonna save it for later, but we as a podcast are demanding you release your acoustic cover songs.
Oh, right. What was the one I did? Like the Johnny Cash of
Yeah.
That shit is fire.
Yeah.
The Ring of Fire. Yeah.
All the benefits of joining the Cultivation Conversation Discord.
Yeah, it's more than just grow knowledge. You have to deal with
The fuckery.
shitty cover songs. I try to be Weird Al after I watched the new Weird Al movie, which is
How
pretty
was
good.
it?
I gotta say, yeah, pretty
Good.
good. And then I get a crazy idea to record a cover song. Yeah, no, I'm glad you liked it, man. But
That's good.
yeah, there's a lot of potential there. I feel like you could do a lot of cool, Weird Al grower tunes. But Yeah, man. I'm glad you liked it. That's all I can say.
It made me laugh.
What were we talking about before that? Little tangent there. Forget.
If I remembered that, this would be considered a professional podcast.
Oh, good point.
Stony, you're up. We need you to bring it back.
Good point. Well, I mean, just, from my own, experience with the plant and growing and stuff, I mean, I've been doing this, I've been smoking, I'll reveal my age now, I've been smoking every day of my life since probably for 20 years now. Good long while. Probably longer than half my life, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what I know. It's part of who I am, and I ain't never gonna change for nobody, sort of thing. I'm a stubborn
Amen.
old man, And
It's okay to be stubborn about your freedom.
amen. But I really do have to do something about the bongs, man. I keep
Dude, I'm telling you.
the lungs
You
need a
gotta
break.
get a tabletop vaporizer.
I've gone through. I've had 2 of them at this point. Both were not, decent brands. I don't even want to say who. I'm at the point where I don't think I can name names of shitty products anymore. I can just tell you I had a bad experience. If you want if you want to know more,
Ask,
hit me up in a DM maybe all right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But
yeah.
I had a bad experience with what were we talking about? Shoot, dude, I'm so fucking high off
vaporizers.
these tangies.
Oh yeah, that's the best advertisement
I'm
he can ask
pretty
for.
fucking stunted
The
off this
cer-
blueberry,
the
too. There's no way I'm bringing it
cerebral-
back.
Yeah, man, there's just very cerebral effects, and I'm my mind is going a mile a minute. But again, what the fuck was I talking about?
Tabletop vaporizers.
Dude, yeah, I went through 2 that I hated, and they were not volcanoes, and I'm not getting another one until I can afford a volcano, and I just gotta
What
bite
don't you
the
like
bullet
about them?
and get one. They just don't get me high. They just don't They just don't work as well as I
Yeah,
think
you
they
need to
should.
do a lot of bags to.
The volcano at least gets me high. I've gotten ripped off of my friend's volcano. It took I don't know, 2 bags, 3 bags, and I'm pretty fucking high, And it's an enjoyable experience to get there, and I don't have to cough my fucking brains out doing it.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I
had
cough
to.
my brains out and don't enjoy the taste
From what?
from vaping. I got the air something or other, airizer some.
The same
Whatever.
one that I do, and for some reason he has nothing but issues, and mine I use daily.
Really?
Yeah.
I just maybe I just don't enjoy it. I don't know. It just doesn't do it
Yeah.
for me. It
But
tastes
the
like
reason-
I'm decarbing weed in the oven.
The reason I did it was because I very much enjoy the volcano also, but I saw a review that said this was similar. And so I said, well, for $175, I can afford to try it. So I did, and I use it every day. But last night I had to go to a Christmas party, and I was using a bubbler to smoke, and I was so unaccustomed to smoking out of a bubbler that I woke up this morning and my throat hurt.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's you get that you get soft throat syndrome.
Yeah, I get weak. But what's weird is I still smoke I still smoke joints. So but still just a bubbler, it hits different.
It's like if you have an iron lung from smoking bongs, what would you have from you'd have a pillow lung
Yeah.
from smoking vapes.
I got
don't know.
eroded esophagus. I'm pretty sure that's not curable
right.
with cannabis. I think that's probably why vaping bothers it differently than
Probably.
without, because it irritates that area more so than smoking does, and I do cough a lot.
Even when you vape? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I definitely coughed from my friend's volcano, too, when you get, like, a nice... Take too much from that bag, but I don't know. I've had good experiences with that one, and it's like, you know, I'm happy that like you found one, Rev, that works well for you, but maybe it's just like quality control from like $175 product. You know, one works, one doesn't work so well. Who knows?
It's entirely possible.
But like
I did get very lucky.
I'm not going to say, I mean, I use it. I'm not going to say, like, I hate it. I'm just going to say it's a different enjoy
experience.
smoking. So maybe that's what I'm equating it to. I don't get the flavor differences I do from smoking. I can enjoy the terps differently smoking, whereas I put it in this and all the strains taste the same. Everything tastes exactly the same.
That sucks, man. That really does. Yeah, I don't know. Like, wouldn't it suck to drop that coin on the volcano and then like
and find
after
out
a month
You
to
didn't
be like,
like it?
you know what? I just really hate it. Like, I'm just not a vaping guy.
That's why I bought this, because I was like, I don't know if I'll be comfortable with a bag. And the first like day or two, I wasn't. I felt like a baby in a bottle, dude. I was like, this is weird, you know, just walking around with this bag. Like, even my chick was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, I'm smoking weed. And she's like,
I'm
what?
getting high right now. This
Yeah,
is
and
how
she's like, that's not cool. Go outside.
I know. There's something like
Go show the public that mess.
Yeah,
exactly.
something so much cooler about
Go
just
show the
taking a
people
bong
what
rip.
you really are.
Yeah. I think that might be a holdover from our generation, though, because a lot of these fancy options, either like I know volcanoes existed and stuff like that, but they weren't as readily available as they are now. And so, I mean, having a bubbler, having a bubbler in high school was amazing. I remember being stoked if I didn't break it or forget it. You know, we made water bottle bongs.
Oh, did we ever?
Yeah.
Did we fucking ever, dude? Like out of Gatorade bottles,
Oh, hell yeah.
Poland Spring bottles. We probably inhaled so much BPA
plastic
and
yeah.
plastic that like, oh my god.
Our bowl was
Pardon my ignorance.
tinfoil.
What's the difference between a
Exactly.
bubbler and a bong? Is a bubbler a bong? Is a bong a bubbler? Is there a
No,
difference?
a bubbler's is a pipe that has a water chamber.
Oh, okay. So just a water pipe.
Yeah, it's like a water pipe.
Yeah,
Okay,
But like
okay, I got
yeah,
some
like a
of those.
bong would be like a water, you know, back in the parlance of prohibition.
Water
era, would
pipe,
be the
yeah.
water pipe.
Exactly, the water pipe for
Let's see
filtration of
your
tobacco.
finest water pipe, so I can inhale massive quantities of tobacco, please, sir.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's ridiculous, man. The history of this plant and everything, it's crazy.
In California, we have a fucking castle that is a tourist attraction to one of the worst bastards of prohibition, Hearst Castle. It's terrible.
Hearst, what like
William Randall
William?
Hearst.
Really? Yeah.
His house is in, I think it's the San Luis Obispo area. It's a beautiful house, and it's like a mansion. It's called Hearst Castle, but
Is it that he did like Xanadu, didn't he? Like,
yeah.
Is that
And he
where it is?
No, it's. I don't know much about the history of it. I've been there and stuff like that, but it's just a really big property in a nice area, and it's in like San Luis Obispo's area, which is like central California. It's a really beautiful area. A lot of money there.
Hey,
but
I'm sure you got paid very well to demonize.
exactly, yeah.
plant
But
like he
it's
did
a
in his
shrine
papers.
to evil.
Right? It's so probably such a beautiful place too. What a shame.
Well, yeah, it's always a reminder. It's like you hear these equity programs that they're trying to force down people's throats. It's like, if you really want to talk about equity, how about the fact that this house is a monument to tourism and evil?
Yeah, we should put up a plaque and remind people.
Exactly.
This guy's
That's
actually
this guy.
not cool.
Exactly. Hey, turns out this guy was worse.
Charge him a fee to see it.
I think you do have to pay to get in, yeah. And I think
Well, we
it's a
should
private.
put all that money to, like pro-cannabis organizations now. Put it
Research. That's
to
what we
good
need.
use.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, did you hear that bill passed, or I don't know?
Oh, that
Joe
Biden
Joe
signed it
Biden
or
did
whatever?
something. We can
Yeah.
research cannabis now.
Yeah, exactly. What a groundbreaking thing to do.
Oh my god, what a fucking schmuck.
We can, but no, I mean, hey,
It
it's
is
something.
good.
It's cool.
It's a
It
positive
is
step.
good.
At face value, I didn't read it, so I don't know much about it. But any amount of like research enabling, I support.
Yeah, I mean, when you really like, in this whole like fruit knowledge and vegetable knowledge journey I've been on, like you see how much research and development has been done on like a product like corn, American corn. Like there's been scientists after scientists whose entire careers have been devoted to like every kind of corn research you could possibly imagine, to the point where like they can take fucking corn and then turn it into like liquid sugar that they can then add to like every single fucking product that you and I eat or drink or
poisoning
consume.
us all in the meantime. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like they
It's
can
insane.
turn corn into this, like a product that everyone wants and needs, and it's just amazing, really, when you think about it. And it took lots of science and
Yeah. I mean,
research to do that.
if you look at it, what's even crazier is if you think about it, rice and corn are both wild grasses that we just humanized, basically. We took into ourselves and we're like, we like this quality, let's breed for this quality.
Yeah, I mean, totally true. We've been doing this shit since the dawn of civilization, man.
Yeah.
Weed has been with us the whole time, just like.
And that's why it's hilarious that we're just now capable of researching it. Like, it's fucking been around for so long. What are we really researching anymore? We know what the product is useful for. Why are we fucking beating around the bush?
They weren't allowed to publish research, right? So they were banned from it, and if you did do research with government approval, you had to buy your cannabis from the one place that was allowed to grow government cannabis to do the
Wasn't
research.
it somewhere in like University of Missouri or some weird place?
It's some Bible Belt state area where it was just like what, and from what I've heard, it was terrible cannabis,
sure.
like horrible shit, right?
The rumors of that G13 are like totally wildly overblown.
Yeah. And so from that's what they do the research on. Well, so if you put in subpar information, you get subpar results. So at least hopefully this opens that up so that we can get research to tell us what we all already know, and what you, Captain, know with firsthand evidence that nobody knows better than yourself.
Yeah, amen. Like that, wouldn't that be the best thing? Like ultimately, as if like in the future, some 15-year-old kid who gets laughed at in school for like having tics could just, find a strain of weed that would be bred for taking the tics away.
Exactly.
Best medicine on earth for it.
And could you during his formative years, he doesn't have to worry about being treated like a criminal or sullying his record so that he doesn't have to be bullied.
Right? I was demonized after I became a cannabis user. Where, thinking back on it, like I had to like. Yeah, I mean, really, is the stories are kind of true, Like you have to find all new friends, kind of thing. Like you start.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't, it changes who you
Johnny,
are.
The same thing just happened to me with legalization here, man. I started partaking, and it's like I lost all my other friends and getting shamed for it at work and shit. It's fucking still ridiculous, even with legalization.
Do you know what blows my mind? In high school, I got made fun of constantly for being a stoner, right? And not that I care about that, but all the people that did are the first people down that are like, oh, look at all the benefits. And it's like, oh, that's a weird thing to say out loud now.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I know. It's a shame. It's such a shame that.
You demonize a plant.
Yeah, but it's a step. You know, I don't.
It's a positive.
Have
Yeah,
to give credit where credit's due, and we can research it now, and there's progress, man. A step in the right direction. So
the great thing about politics done right is it's not supposed to be team based. So if someone does something good, you're just supposed to go, yeah, man, that's okay.
Right on. I mean, yeah, exactly. It don't matter what letter you have next to your name. I'm trying to like sift through all the bullshit and find
Positivity.
positive, good ideas amongst all the fucking bullshit you find out there. So yeah, it's just kind of how I look at the whole growing thing too. You just gotta like sift through all the bullshit, find little nuggets of golden information, and share them with you guys.
And we appreciate it so much so.
Man, it's my pleasure. I'm just happy, honestly. Like, I'm kind of happy, and my wife's definitely amazed that people have enjoyed listening to me as much as they have, seemingly. And I can be long-winded and I can be off topic, but I think it all comes from a good place. I think that I'm genuine, if nothing else, man. I can only be who I am, brother.
Exactly, and I think that's what everyone appreciates about you.
Well, thanks, man. You make me so self-absorbed and cocky. I'm gonna have the biggest ego after this show. No, I'm kidding, man.
We're doing G3 next, so I want to hit the first 3 interviews with a bunch of super positivity so that I can get it out of my system. No, I'm just kidding.
You couldn't have picked, 3 more willing to share people. Honestly, we're like open books. You guys know that. I mean,
that's why it was the easiest for get, man. I was just like, hey, can we please have you?
anytime, man. I'll come back, and hey, we could talk about bringing you guys on. Little 5-way action.
The chaos.
Cool? Yeah,
that would be.
I know. Wouldn't
that would be so
nuts?
much fun.
Oh my God, the porn music intro! I picture it already.
Dude, I need my sound clips back. I feel like
those were great.
Did you upload those in Clean Feed? Is that how you were dropping them?
Yeah, Clean Feed.
Yeah.
You can do the sound clips with a little bit of like $5 a month or something. But hey, we're on our way. Trust me, it's all coming. 2023 gonna have so much good shit for us. I'm telling you guys.
I'm excited. That's why I was telling Johnny I wanted to get everybody from Cultivation Conversation on the podcast before the new year, because I think it's going to be a great new year, man.
Well, I hope it brings you guys as much good shit too. I mean, truly, rising tide, man, lifts all boats.
So if by chance you're listening and you don't know who Captain Autoflower is, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you?
Wait, before you do that, you have to ask him the questions that you started a tradition of.
Oh, shit. My questions.
You dumb motherfucker.
As is tradition, you must ask the questions.
You must answer. Starting, you are number dos. What were the questions?
You asked them.
I know, I'm so high. Oh, what was the first seed you ever planted and why apple?
And why was it an apple? Well, I love apples.
Don't suck up to him.
If I could only eat one fruit, man, for the rest of my life, it would be an apple. I mean, I don't know which one I like best now. There's so many different good apples. The Honey Crisps.
No. What was the first seed? What was the first seed you ever planted, and why was it an apple seed?
Well, because I love apples. And because they forced us to in first grade, I think. Like, we read some book about Johnny Appleseed, and we had to plant an apple. And
I love how that drunkard became an American hero.
he littered, man. He was, You know,
He
was,
wanted more cider, so he planted cider trees for his apples. It's
it was
fucking genius.
It was a genetic. He was genetically polluting an otherwise pristine environment
exactly.
with a monocrop that should not have otherwise been there. He was
like
a bad man.
Yeah, the hippies would call him like an ecological terrorist.
That's right. Exactly right. He was one of Johnny's ancestors. Who knows?
Exactly.
What's your favorite pie and why is it apple pie?
Again, I mean, you're not wrong.
Good
Apple
God,
pie is an American classic. Can
Okay,
you
you can-
top an apple pie with like a la mode? Still warm out the oven. You put a scoop of cold ice cream on it, and it like
Vanilla ice cream with a little caramel on top of that.
It's simultaneously hot and cold. You can't beat that shit.
And you already almost, I'm pretty sure you answered it. Your favorite fruit and why is it apple?
I mean, because there's a lot of variety with apple, and you know, if you find one you really like, you can stick with that one. But there's also, you know, there's that one's cousin usually at the grocery store, and shoot, they're doing a lot of research on apples, man, because it's legal to research the hell out of apples, and they're always coming up with great new varieties that like have more sugar content, you know, crisper, more resistant to pests. I mean, that's the beauty of the apple market, is truly the behind the scenes, like scientific research that's gone into all this. So,
Do you have a lot of apple orchards in your area or just a lot of Dutch?
we got a shit ton of apple orchards, dude. Actually, it's funny you say that. Like, you know, G3 and I live close to each other, and when like for like a fall fest, our families got together and we hung out like at an orchard, and they grow pumpkins there and grow their own apples and stuff, for sure. For sure.
So righteous.
That'd be cool to see. I will say that this is all disheartening and depressing to hear. I've always heard the saying, don't meet your heroes, but I had hoped against hope.
Why? I'm not supposed to like apples, really?
No,
Really?
I'm just messing.
I do like them a lot.
He's
no,
a
no
citrus
lie.
guy,
I'm
and
not-
I realize it's geographical. It makes sense. Like he's a citrus guy.
Okay,
He
citrus
grows
is
citrus
awesome
down there.
too. Dude, citrus, nothing wrong with it. Now, see, orange. What would be your favorite citrus fruit?
So for just the juice alone, it's lime. But I would go probably lemon or orange for my favorite. Lemon and lime are interchangeable, but lime's better with tacos.
Oh, I love lime on tacos.
I
I'm not
love
gonna
lime,
fucking
dude.
lie.
Lime is such an underrated citrus
Dude,
fruit.
lime on fucking fish tacos.
There's a reason that you call them limeys, dude.
All right, so none of those fruits that you just listed are native to planet Earth. Like, they were all, you know, I mean, of course, every apple I listed was like
What?
not
Native to planet Earth?
That's the wrong way to phrase it. They're not like natural varieties, you know.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking high from this tangy Tibuguan. They're alien
like, what?
citrus fruits, man.
yeah, I
They're
was like,
coming
are we-
down for.
Are we talking about alien citrus? No,
No,
but
no.
yeah, they're all modified.
Yeah, they're through breeding. Okay, like
Yeah.
the only 3 varieties of citrus that were like native. I don't know what the other word is. Indigenous, right, to certain parts of the planet are the mandarin orange, the pomelo, and the citron.
Yep.
Those are the 3, and
have you
from
ever
those
seen 'em?
3,
So
I have.
little
They-
fruit.
right? I know, like there's a huge rind on the one, and
the citron especially.
Holy shit! They bred everything else from them.
yes, sir.
That's incredible.
Yep, and
Yeah.
like grapefruits
Hooray,
especially
science!
are like you want to talk about like a redheaded stepchild of like citrus fruit. Like grapefruits especially were like kind of created by accident, and then like no one liked them, and it took finding like this one particular freak grapefruit that had a ruby red color for anyone to ever show any interest in them. Like,
I will say though, grapefruit seed extract is fantastic.
yeah,
You can take it to help fight infections. It's fabulous stuff. I recommend it.
hey man, dude, I just, you can tell, like, again, fruits and vegetables. There's so much interesting historical, like, cool knowledge about this stuff, and it gets down some weird rabbit holes. Yeah, man. But you can't go wrong. That's why, like, there's the saying, like, that's like apples and oranges, you know, because those are objectively the two best fruits.
You can't go wrong there.
And that they're very different, though, of course. But man, you know, that's the benefit of research. Look at all the varieties we have. Just wait till 100 years from now, the strains of weed we'll have. Well, actually, no. You'll only be able to get 4 of them at your local grocery store.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
That's why I'm so afraid of the research. I didn't want to go there. But
I know.
Fuck, man. That's why I'm
It's-
afraid.
Yeah,
They're
it's,
gonna
it's
Pandora's
butcher
box,
it.
dude.
that's why you have to
Pandora's
grow
box.
your own.
And preserve genetics, more
Exactly.
importantly.
They'll
Yeah.
outlaw that, too.
That's why you can't let them or don't obey. It's your job not to obey unjust laws.
Agreed.
Right on, dude. But, like, I mean, yeah, like Monsanto does with their like seed program. You have to buy it from them, that kind of thing. At
Or-
one point, man, in the future, there will be like the Monsanto of marijuana. You can bet it. You can bet on it.
Absolutely. Now, before we go, I have a tradition of doing a Sunday service, and how would you like to come up with an on the fly for me?
I'm not
Just
quite
some
sure.
parting- just some
I'm
parting words.
capable of. Man, that's your tradition, dude. I would feel like. No. I demand from the Reverend himself, man.
All right.
Please, don't put that on me. You went to seminary school for a reason, sir.
Fine. I was trying to get out of some labor, but you saw through a failed attempt. I got a good one for you guys this week, because not only is this the giving season, but it works well for the great giving nature of the cultivation conversation. But how about this week? We all just try and give a little happiness to your friends or family, man. As we're going into Christmas, sometimes it could be depressing. Let's just try and give a little happiness. If you do those things, I'll absolve you of all your sins. Don't be a dick. Mind your own business and go with Frog. Now, Captain, do you have anything to plug?
Whew, man, I think you hit the nail on the head, my man. Thank you for that. See,
Thank
you're
you for
a
sitting
pro,
through it.
dude. You're a pro at doing these Sunday services. So, man,
Every cult needs a bullshit artist.
and I don't know. What are you, Johnny? Are like court jester? No, you just fully fledged top rank member. That's all you are.
Yeah, I've
Sergeant at
created a
Arms.
shit storm for myself of people thinking I'm a bigger idiot than I actually am.
Nah, man, dude, and both of you guys know your shit too. That's the other thing, that you said I'm like a big critic of myself, and I think you guys are too. Like, you guys know way more than you think you do, and that was when we started, man. I remember talking to Monster so many times, like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, no, and for some, you might be listening out there thinking like, Captain, you don't ever know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you never have and you never will. But I used to just have the beginner doubt syndrome, right?
Yeah.
And he was just like, dude, trust me, you know more than you think you do, and just share what you have, and that's all you can do, man. and try not to be your biggest self-critic, which is can be a crippling thing for some people, and like would prohibit them from sharing like ever. What a travesty, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a good point too. The community that you've built, if you share, you're gonna get welcomed with open arms.
Right on. That's spot on too. Like if you're posting plant pics, you know, you're gonna be welcome.
Yeah,
I assure you. Just post plants,
Absolutely.
man. Shut the F up and post plants.
exactly. I also
Thanks.
think it's acceptable if you post really, really cool triple XL new systems. I think that's cool too.
Yeah, the Magnum Autopots. You could post those too. It's like I know you. I did a little unboxing video. I saw you ripping on me. No, shut up, man. Shut up.
It came from a place of pure jealousy, I assure you.
I got nothing going on in the garden, so I have to like.
You got to keep them entertained. I got you, man. I love it.
Plug a little something. Like I said, that's coming. I'm gonna like 2023 for me is the year of YouTube. Okay.
Oh yeah.
By the end of the year, you won't even be able to think of cannabis without thinking, no, I'm playing. I'm gonna be the next Mr. Beast on fucking YouTube, dude. No, I'm not gonna be that at all. I'm gonna try my hand at editing and making some fancy like videography type shit.
You're gonna be the
No.
Oprah of autoflowers. You need an autoflower. You need an autoflower.
I'm gonna really try to put together at least a little bit more like professional looking type stuff. You're never gonna see pro quality shit from me, dude. Like I said, I only have a phone and like a free editing software on my computer, so I can only do so much.
You're too busy
But-
already.
Yeah, and B, I'm a busy man, but I think there's so much potential on YouTube, dude, and like I don't know.
I agree, and I think you have the perfect slice. I get a lot of people asking me how to do organics in autopots, and I always shoot them to you or Joint, because
Right
I know
on.
you both are the only two that I know how to do. I don't know shit.
That's funny, man. Like we've learned a lot from each other, Joint and I. Yeah, he uses autopots too now. Like yeah, it's funny, dude. Like again, like you said, the community that we have, dude, is amazing. I remember like our last guest on the show, Mr. Autogrow, right? We didn't even talk about it with him, but like he got autopots around the same time I did, and I remember talking to him and Joint and kind of like our ideas about how we were going to use them and throwing these different ideas back and forth at each other, and that's kind of how we all we came to this method of like top dressing and just water in the reservoir, which I don't think like anyone had really like I didn't see anything about that like at the time. It was kind of
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't find any information.
there's nothing to read out there about that. So like I don't know. I felt like I had to piece all these different bits of knowledge together and then be like, all right, well, this should work, and then go ahead with it, and it did, man. It really did. So
Yeah, right on. Like in theory, this should all work. I'm glad it worked out.
pretty much, yeah. I mean, like I knew you could do, I mean, organics with autopots, but most everyone I knew was trying to like put that stuff in the reservoir and feed that traditional way, and they were doing a lot of cleaning, and like that's just not me, dude.
Yeah.
I hate cleaning, you know.
Yeah.
Organics is supposed to be the easy way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I like
that's
what the way you put it. You're like, that's because I was saying something to you about not having enough to do in the garden. You're like, that's the way it should be.
yeah. You should be bored up there. You should be looking around for stuff to get your hands in, to occupy time and be up there more. You know,
Yeah.
just take the labor away. It's really
Yeah.
automated watering in whatever way you do it, whether it's Earthbox, Blue Mott, or Autopot, is the best thing you can do.
Wow, that's awesome.
Hands down. Aren't you guys both doing automated?
Yeah,
this
we
point?
do earth boxes.
Yep.
Right, there you go. There you go.
And then Johnny has his like 7,000 pounds of soil in his garage in 2 different beds. No, I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah, that's badass, dude.
Yeah, he has a sweet system.
Lazy
Right.
man system.
Amen.
I mean, that's
It's designed to be a lazy man system. The problem is this lazy man has a fucking brain spasm that makes him fucking do shit he probably shouldn't do.
like what? What? I mean, because it seems like
Oh, I just get in there and I mess around with soil mixes and just play around. I know I could fucking grow and but I just tinker with shit too much and
Word.
fucking play around and I have fun with it, man. Essentially, it's all
Well.
I'm really doing. I call it Johnnying, but I'm fucking learning.
I've never
No,
like
it
looked
is-
at your
it's-
stuff
it's-
and
It's learning, man. He likes to experiment, and instead of being like me, or I can imagine Captain, where you do the research and you kind of do more, he does the research, knows the information, but he wants to try it immediately because that's the way he learns better.
Yeah.
so you
and that's
bounce
the dope
around.
way to learn. Yeah.
I got you. I got you, and that's nothing against that. You're more of like a ADHD approach to.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm a doer.
Hey, I'm pretty linear. Like when, like I try to learn something. Like I said, I got to start with a foundation and then build on top of that. But I don't know, guy like you trying to do everything at once. You start with like 4 different foundations. It's kind of tough, you know.
Righteous, yeah.
But I don't know. Nothing wrong, dude. Everyone should just grow and do it their own fucking way. That's like bottom line. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to you. Find your own
Exactly.
path. You know, take bits and pieces from people, and that's
I
all it
can't
is,
think-
man.
I can't think of a better way to end it. Just do you.
Just do you. Like
Do
we're
you.
all we ever can do is talk about our own experiences and our own methods, but that by no means means that like that's the gospel. That's the way. It's like that's our way, and yeah, I would never tell a person they're right or wrong. I can just tell you, if you want to, you know, if you look at my plants, you look at my page, you think my style's easy, it's easy, you know, approachable, cool, you want to emulate that, hey, hell yeah, I say. Like, I'll teach you everything I know.
Hell yeah. I did a run in your stuff before you got autopots. I followed that exactly, and it was a great run.
Right? I still do, you know, actually the 6 I just harvested did not have any autopots. So I did full run of hand watered plants.
Awesome.
Righteous.
You gotta do it from time to time, I think. I don't know. Keep the skills sharp, man.
Amen.
Absolutely.
But yeah, did I say I can't fucking wait to set up these autopots though in the new year?
Oh, I
Doing
bet.
organics and salts, and yeah, gonna be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a
Gonna
great
be
new
a lot
year.
of fun.
Gonna be a great thing to watch, and everybody, tell them what's your YouTube channel.
Oh, it's Captain Autoflower. If you, that's
Clever.
you know, yeah, right. Look me up on. I'm on Twitter too. Believe it or not. Don't post. I don't really know how to use Twitter. Not gonna lie, and I hate that it's not like time, like it's not by
yeah.
time. So I can't orient myself. Like, wait, when did this? Wait, I'm looking at shit that happened 3 days ago. What the what is going on here?
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
confusing.
I don't know. I'm again not as tech savvy as I should be, but I'm trying because in order to be an influencer, you have to know how to make reels, man.
Yeah,
Oh no.
another subject for another time.
I'm like a yeah. literally getting dragged into doing shit. You know, hey, it is what it is, man. I didn't sign up for this shit to like have to be a videographer, but I don't know. Instagram
it's what the
should
people
just
want.
be easy, man. It should be easy. They're making it not so easy, but I get it. I get it at the same time. But my effort's going to go into YouTube, dude. They're not going to delete me on fucking YouTube. They might just demonetize me. But I'm not there to make money anyway. I'm not monetized to begin with, and I don't think I ever will be because it's just plant videos, nothing else.
Yeah, I think you're safe if you age restrict and like don't monetize. I think those are the two major things that'll keep you relatively safe.
Can't show underage kids the scary green plant.
Yeah, God forbid.
Well, maybe this new bill that was just passed,
Maybe. That'd be
maybe
cool.
there's some language in which like the videos that I make can be classified as research.
Cool.
Fucking research now, okay? I'm a scientist, damn it, and I'm researching this plant. And fuck you, YouTube. And yeah, that's what I have to say.
Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you. No, it's for real though. I would feel not gonna like lie and say that like it wouldn't be nice to like make a little money from what I do and the podcast and all that. But like we're not even at that point. Like really, all the money's gone back into the show, and it's like. That's not my goal. I didn't start doing any of this to like make money from it. It's fucking
Right.
not my and I'm not. I don't even know how to like set up those channels for myself. So like I don't really even care. I do what I do, and it's not for money, man. It's just for love, you know.
Righteous, and I think that's why a lot of people tune in and gravitate towards the podcast because you guys have been nothing but real, and people appreciate that.
Amen.
It's all you can be. But yeah, in a world of corporate shills and in your cannabis space and never-ending sea of positive reviews and corporate ball sniffing, you can always count on Captain Autoflower, the real green monster, and Girl Go Grow, and of course now Johnny Apple and the Reverend Pirate Frog and
That's right.
Blackwater and fucking Early Bird, man, all these guys.
Rooter Alster.
I'm so glad that like the community is there. We're all real, and we're all gonna give you our honest takes, whether they're good, bad, and different. I don't know. I think there's so much value in that, man. I really do.
I couldn't agree more.
But that's why we'll never be. I'll never be promoted in like a certain famous Instagrammer now, who has a pretty good YouTube page, who went to a certain convention recently and is being force-fed to me in every sponsored post from Method 7 sunglasses. Every time I open my goddamn Instagram app, I see his face.
Oh, don't get Johnny started.
These sunglasses are super awesome! Dude.
Bite your tongue.
That one,
Dude.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
funny.
Dude.
We're
dude.
going to have to do that one day.
Dude, and I have
It's
nothing bad
terrible.
to say about nobody. Like, all I can be in my return to the land of Instagram, and like that's what got me banned in the first place. I should know better. I'm just a beacon of positive energy. Nothing but.
That's right. The good thing is that you can come join us in Discord.
Oh, you want my real opinions? Yeah, come on over there.
Exactly.
You might not be, right? Like you said, don't ever meet your heroes. And if I was your hero to begin with, then I don't know what to tell you, man.
it's an honor to be in the same community, and I thank both you, Monster, and soon Girl Go Grow. But you guys also always have a spot on the podcast and the circle as well. I know Cots and Mac are chomping at the bit to get you on there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wait, they got one of their own now? What? Hey, huh? Wait, huh? What's going on here?
No,
Once
it's
a
not.
month.
Yep. Go ahead.
Once a month, we all do a circle where we all sit down and do our longer conversations, and Cots and Mac join us. And anytime you're willing, you can come join us and chop it up.
Nice. All right. Hey, anytime. I can. I'll try to just chill too. If there's a lot. It's one thing I'm trying to get better at. Is just like a lot of people on a podcast just try to like chill. I know I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
Hey man, you know what? I when it comes to this is all
kind
gold.
Of the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I know. That's why I started a podcast too, because like I can talk a lot. I can just go on.
I'll never complain.
It's my wife is just like, I can't fucking believe people pay you. They like what you say in those 2 hours on every Tuesday night. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I think so. I hope, but no, man. I think like you just don't worry about it. Who cares what people think? You're gonna have people that don't like you, but it is what it is.
Exactly.
If you don't have people that don't like you,
You ain't trying hard enough.
amen.
Fuck off, you.
Yeah, exactly. Let's end it there.
Amen.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Thanks
another
for
bong rip.
thanks for
Another
listening,
bong.
everybody. Thanks, Cap,
Yeah,
for coming on, and thanks, Padre, for ending the episode about a half hour ago.
I know. I was gonna say, yeah, my
Hey.
sermon was good, but I prefer going out with amen and fuck you.
Beautiful.
Well, amen. Fuck you then. And thanks for having me, guys. No,
Oh,
truly,
thank you so
it was a
much. It's
pleasure.
an honor.